They say it's dirty December, but for us who love football, it is dirty December footy for us. We are going to enjoy a lot in the Ghana Premier League, and match day 14 actually begins with the cracker here at this stadium. Big one. It is the Pando Sports Stadium, where Heart of Lions, who currently are third on the Ghana Premier League table, are coming up against Aduana FC, who are second. Two teams who are actually fighting for the Ghana Premier League title come head to head here at the Pando Sports Stadium. It promises to be an interesting one, and we are killing monitoring proceedings. That is why TV3 and Onuya TV, powered by Adisa Production Limited, are bringing you this game live on your screens at 3:30. My name is Mutalai Akubu. The Ghana Premier League is big on social media, and you can follow all our handles so that you don't miss a thing. On Instagram, we are live there. It is Ghana League _. On X, it is Ghana League. TikTok, it is Ghana Premier League. And Snapchat, it is Ghana League as well. YouTube and Facebook, it is Ghana Premier League, and you can watch all that as well. I've been joined by Kelvin also, as I will be in commentary position. Kelvin, match day 14. I am too excited because it doesn't get any bigger. Heart of Lions, Aduana, is always a cracker.
Well, wonderful fixture to begin match week 14 with, and it's arguably one of the best games you'd want to see. Aduana still looking forward to getting to the very top. It's a second and third game coming up, and you look forward to seeing how these two teams will battle it out with each other. And I think that in the last couple of months, they've shown that with quality football, with the personnel, with the expertise that they have, everything boils out to that. They are two of the biggest sides you'd want to see, enriched with football.
And definitely
today.
we are going to witness some very good football here at the Pando Sports Stadium. Heart of Lions coming up against Aduana. But that is not the only fixture in match day 14. A lot of games will be played. Let's go through them. We know that this game, Heart of Lions Aduana, will be live on your screens. But tomorrow, we'll be at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium to bring you Heart of Folk against Nations FC. Then on Sunday, Asante Kotoko will also come up against Dreams FC. It's also live on TV3 and Onuya TV. Bechem will take on 11 Wonders with Swede All Blacks, also engage in Vision FC. Baseke Holy Stars, they will be at home as they play host to Samatex, with Brekum Chelsea welcoming Ho United. Young Apostles in Wenchi would also come up against Karela United. That game between Baby and Gold Stars and Mediema have been postponed, and it will be played on the 31st of December. But this is how the table looks like as we head into match day 14. The top 4 teams, as you see, Mediema have taken top seed, and Aduana will be coming up against Heart of Lions, both on the second and third respectively, with Baby and Gold Stars lying for. That is the top half of the table, and that is how things are shaping up. The last bit of the table has 3 teams who are struggling at the moment. 11 Wonders, they have just 6 points. Bechem United are 17th with 10 points, and Brekum Chelsea, they are 16th with 12 points at the moment. A difficult one for these teams, but the big fixture here, as you know, is Heart of Lions Aduana. We take a quick breather. When we return, there's more to talk about.
In the heart of Ghana, a nation rich with natural resources and vibrant culture, lies the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, a beacon of excellence in the energy sector. For over 40 years since its creation, GNPC has committed to its mandate of developing Ghana's own petroleum resources to support the provision of adequate and reliable supply of petroleum products and reduce the country's dependence on crude oil imports, charting in the process. In education, the corporation has, among other things, constructed over 150 classroom and dormitory facilities and awarded over 4,000 scholarships to deserving Ghanaian students at the graduate and postgraduate education levels. Recognizing the importance of preserving Ghana's natural environment and the health of its people, GNPC has funded the construction of over 700 borehole water systems, 86 sanitary facilities, and 30 AstroTurf pitches to enhance physical and sporting health. GNPC, powering dreams.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
It is very much important for them to get the win, and if they manage to get the win, what happens to them is they manage to get to the top of the table before the others come to play, and this will be very much important. They've dropped a number of points away, which hasn't really been, very much appreciative, especially by the coach. Remember how they lost that game to Nations Football Club in the dying embers of the game at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. So I'm sure Bashir Hayford will be looking forward to getting this victory, especially with his team having a bit of the spine taken away. He will still want to grab maximum points. I think they equally have a very good squad that they will be able to do this. But how they can overcome Aduana FC is the challenge now. But judging from what we've seen from the den at the Pando Sports Stadium, Heart of Lions have enough within their grasp to win this game.
Well, of course, and they are eager to get back to winning ways. 3 of their key players are currently not in their squad. They are with the Black Galaxies. But the head coach, Bashir Hayford, says that will not be much of a problem because he has prepared the team well to get back to winning ways. Coach, good to have you here, match day 14. First of all, you've gone 3 games without a win. What have you done throughout the week in training to ensure that you get a victory against Aduana today?
Well, thank you very much. It's rather unfortunate that we have gone through 3 matches without a win. Fortunately, I think 2 of them were shown live, so people saw the way we played. And unfortunately, we couldn't take the maximum 3 points. And that has been a worry. So for the past 3-4 days, we have been rehearsing how to score goals because I think if you are able to convert your chances, no matter what happens, you will carry the day. But if you are not able, the slightest thing somebody can strip your destiny from you. And so I've advised them, I've sacked them, and necessarily this is a home match. And we all pledged that we will not drop a home point. But last, when I was not here, I think they drew. And it has been a worry to me and to the players themselves. So I think they are going to step up today and make sure we get the 3 maximum points.
Now, you're one of the clubs that has about 3 players in the Black Galaxies camp. 3 first-team players, 3 players who actually start in your team. Is it going to impact in your today's game?
Well, we will remember them, or we will miss them, but I foresaw it. So I was preparing them every week. After they have played, the first 11 has played a match. The Tuesday, the second 11 also have to play a match. So all of them are match ready. So if somebody is not there, this is a national assignment. So you cannot deny somebody's future. So we have allowed them to go, and we'll make sure we get some people to replace them.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you too.
Coach, it's a big game against one of the best teams currently in the Ghana Premier League. Your last game at home, you drew. What have you done in training throughout the week to ensure today you get a victory?
Yes, the first you need to understand about I respect the opponent. He have the good player. He working this group together 2 year, 3 year. Also, I respect the coach. Is one coach experience here in the Ghana and have more idea from the football, have more result in the back. But our team is coming today to play from the result. They have confidence from our team. I have confidence that is go inside in the game. Respect our plan tactic about this is important. If you play from Heart of Lions, is play the difference football from another club. And our player need respect our tactic. If he respect our tactic and plan, is possible have the positive result.
Now, you don't have your main striker, Emmanuel Mafu, around. Is that going to be a problem for you?
Yes, you see, is the last 2 games, the Mafu is injury and is little problem, but I working from another striker from our team. Bright is here, he's starting from the game. Bright is one striker, have experience. Now physically is ready from starting the game and help the team. I will give good luck from the Bright, give the score and help the team today about this. He need the team from the striker today about every game I have also from Bibiani Gold. I have 4 or 5 opportunity clear score. Last game the same. But maybe today our team have one chance and give one score. Let's play good football. I respect the opponent already, have the very good player, play good football and see who is better today from win the game.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Shuba Aristika, the head coach of Aduana, very optimistic of getting the 3 points here against Heart of Lions, even though he has a lot of respect for his opposite number, that is Bashir Hayford. Aduana have been good, but they have a major problem here. Their goals have literally come through Emmanuel Mafo, their top striker, who today is not available. But the good old Bright J is back in the lineup.
Well, that is one important thing about this Aduana FC team. They have enough quality and very much experienced players who can slot in at every point in time. Let's not forget today, Maxwell Arthur is not even playing. They've put some players on the bench, and now you have Bright J leading the attack. He's trusted. All they need to do is to just feed him. And you can trust the likes of Sana, Seidu to make sure that they plunge the ball through the middle. Remember, Admako and the rest will be going, Moradin down the right and then the left flanks to swing in. You know, Hansen, Emmanuel, and then Meshach Efriye should be at their very best. If they're able to be at their very best to create lots of goal-scoring opportunities for them, they'll be able to get to it. I think the problem is for Heart of Lions, how they are going to deal without goalkeeper Lawrence Osei. Odate may have the stature, but does he have the same swiftness, the same capability, the same sharpness as Lawrence? In defense, the experience of Aban, the captain, is unavailable, but Fauzi Ali will slot in there. And in midfield, that is where the problem is. Echedogli is unavailable. And as you can see, Samuel Buamakwansa, who is more offensive, is being brought into central midfield to partner Ishmaelado, which means that they would have to hold onto the ball a lot more times. And that is where Aduana may press them. And then because Samuel Buamakwansa, as we know, is press trigger. Once you press him high, you manage to get the ball. And that is the deficiency within the Heart of Lions team. Aduana can capitalize on in there. Brighter J may not be as sharp as Emmanuel Mafo, but you can trust him on any day to hit the target as many times as you would expect him.
So it's a big one for a Heart of Lions who want to return back to winning ways. So 3 games on the road, the Lions have not won any, and they are coming up against the Oja boys. We take a quick breather. When we return, we come with the first half. Kelvin Owusu-Ansah will join Nana Dakwajesi in commentary position.
In the heart of Ghana, a
Bando Hearts of Lions come up against Aduana FC in high-stakes top 3 showdown in Pando. 2 of the Premier League's top 3 sides slug it out this afternoon in search of victory that brings them back to winning ways. Lions slipped to a 2-1 defeat at Nations last week, and Aduana failed to take most of the home advantage in a goalless drawn game with Basekioli Stars, and we're looking forward to a very keenly competitive fixture here in Pando. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse. Together with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, we are your commentators for this big one here in Pando.
A very big one. 2 teams that has lots of bright talent mixed with experience at play. The 2 dugouts have experience mixed with youth and respect some beautiful football. In the last couple of months, they've showed they are 2 of the top sides in Ghana football. A way to see who edges the other in the bid to win this season's Ghana Premier League. Lots of exciting play to be expected this afternoon. I'm sure the fans will be treated to some beautiful football. Aduana would not want to lose out and miss out on keeping the chase on Mediama. Likewise, Heart of Lions coming close last season. This season, they feel it's their season to do. But if they want to win, this is one of the games they must be able to surmount.
Hearts of Lions hoping to return to winning ways in search of a win from their last 3 games. Aduana have had one very familiar feature in this season's Premier League. That's the traveling away fans. Everywhere they've gone this season, these fans have traveled along with them. Hearts of Lions in their usual home strips of wine. Aduana have turned up in their traditional green and yellow jerseys. These 2 teams are missing some crucial players in this game. For Hearts of Lions, they must do without the services of 3 key players. Ebenezer Alban, the captain, Lawrence Osei, the goalkeeper, and they're also without their Mercurial midfielder Eche Dogli. But Chancey Freeman, the Liberian, who scored last week in Abrankese, will be hoping to step up for them as he has 3 goals to his name in the Ghana Premier League this term and 4 across all competitions. And Brighter J, the very experienced, will be the man they'll be counting on in the absence of their own source of goals, Emmanuel Mafo, who together with the 3 Hearts of Lions players are away with the Black Galaxy. So Brighter J will be that go-to man up front for Aduana this afternoon in Pando.
They may be missing their greatest source of goals this season. But if you have an experienced man like Brighter J leading the attack, all you need to do is to feed him and he'll be able to do justice.
Aduana bent on taking this season by storm. So that's the Pando Hearts of Lions lineup. 4 changes to the team that lost to Nations. There's a debut for goalkeeper Odate Lamte. His very first game for Lions since joining this season. Bismarck Kenima left back, Danso at the right back. Fauzi Ali replaces Ebenezer Alban and combines with Hennessy in central defense. In midfield, there is Kwanzaa and Ado. On the wings will be Kuma and Ateje, with Efsin playing up front with Freeman. I'm told he's been given a free role in this afternoon's game, playing right behind Michael Efsin.
Well, and that is where the liability will lie in central defensive midfield. Ishbelado cannot do it alone. Samuel Kwanzaa, as we know, express trigger, and might have it very much difficult, but this man knows what to do.
He's been in the news during the last week because of some altercations with referee Franklin Akumate in that defeat in Abrankese. We'll get to the details of that during the course of the game, but Kwanzaa is under the captain's armband in the absence of Ebenezer Alban and Alex Boache. The consistent Boache once again was keeper Aduana. Gideon Nikofi was at home last week when Kotoko lost to All United. The centre man for today's game is assisted by Seth Ableto and James Osafo. Fourth referee is Theophilus Seichi. This is the lineup for Aduana. Not so many tweaks to the team that drew at home last weekend. Prince Osei is imposed at right back. Is Boateng, left back is Adams, Anochi Bedu and Boache, the usual suspects in central defense. In midfield is the ever-present Seydou Sana and Raymond Ajman. On the left wing is Henson and Ponsa. Mizake Frio play from the right-hand side with Bright J leading the attack and Patrick Mensah playing right behind the number 10 for Aduana.
Very interesting lineup. They are looking more at players who would run with the ball, open up. But so because Heart of Lions are not ragged, the reason why Maxwell Arthur has been relegated to the bench. Well, this man is very much experienced. He knows what to do to work his team all out. And you look at the team, it looks more like a more fluid system that you would expect from Aduana FC. Sana Seydou expect him to create lots of magical moments with a free hit, and Henson and Ponsa causing lots of trouble from the flanks.
Big game day, Friday kickoff in Pando. The home side, Hearts of Lions, are yet to lose a game this season at this venue. A record they want to jealously protect throughout the entire duration of the season. But the big question is, can they stand the might of Aduana this afternoon at their own backyard?
That is a question too, especially when their spine looks a bit disjointed. Goalkeeping, the man who makes sure the defense works, Lawrence Osei and the captain Naban, all not present. It's quite difficult to play with some of your most trusted men who make sure that the team click. Echedogli, the screen for that defense is also off.
There's been this new wind of confidence blowing in the camp of Aduana that makes them believe that it could be their seasons for a third silverware in the Ghanaian top flight. They barely put a foot wrong in this season's campaign. They only separated by a point against the opponents Hearts of Lions this afternoon. The Lions are third and Aduana are second. Gideon Coffey takes a look at his watch, ensuring that everything is clear for the kickoff here in Pando. Another look at his watch, whistle to his mouth. There the game goes. That's Brighter J kicking off this afternoon here in Pando for Aduana. It will be interesting to see how goalkeeper Date Lamte first impose his first ever competitive game for Hearts of Lions since joining from Western Region 2nd Division side Black Eagles.
It's quite interesting how he's overcome Dansore Dumenta to become the second choice. Looking at the performance of Danso, backing up Lawrence Osei.
Interestingly, Danso is only returning from injury. Danso is expected to be the third choice goalkeeper. Odate should be the fourth choice, but the ideal second choice, Jason Nete, is also injured, so the mantle falls on the young Odate. Here's Mizake Frie for Aduana. He goes past Kwanzaa. Good run from Mizake Frie, but the captain does well to track back and win possession for Lions. Here is Fauzi Ali. Confident play from the centre back from behind. Danso. Kwanzaa. Danso has been consistent on that right back position this season. He's been one of the most consistent right backs in the entire campaign.
And it's quite interesting how he was converted from a midfielder into that role. He's virtually made it his own. He had lots of best in him that can cause trouble every time he surges forward.
In him. Here is Efsen. Ishmael calms matters down for Hearts of Lions. Here is Yao Danso. Ateje goes down from the push of Henson. Abubakar makes way from that area to cover up.
It's quite interesting what is happening with Denchi. You know, looks more like the coach has been switching in between these two players to make sure they have a fairly square balance of the team in every game they play.
Too much on that pass from Kwanzaa aiming at Danso, the ever overlapping right back who never ceases to make those runs into enemy territory when the need arises. Enim loses out to Seydou Sana. Good play from Enim. Kwanzaa. Ateje to Danso. The right back short of options, decides to go back to Ali Fauzi.
And that is where the problem will lie. Echidogli would have availed himself, picked up the ball to start that phase one build-up. Unfortunately, he's not around. Ishmael Ado would have lots to do today.
Fauzi Ali's long one. Danso makes the move. Abubakar fouled by Danso. Assistant referee right there.
Fairly a good call. Danso just bashed into his man. Abubakar Adams was trying to cover up that space. He didn't go for the ball. He just decided to barge into his man.
Anochibedu to take the free kick, one of the most experienced players in the Ghanaian top flight. Long going in search for Mezaka Free. It's a good touch from a free, but Danso does well to get the ball away for another throw-in for Aduana. Brighter J outmuscled and Lions to take possession. Here is Ishmael Ado to Odate Lamte. Fauzi Ali, confident play from the centre back. Lion building up calmly and beautifully from behind. Ateje can't go past the big centre back. Anochibedu.
That was quite a very good run there from Kojokuma, picking up that pass from Yao Danso. But experience putting the ball away for a throw-in.
A free hit. Good decision, referee. Whistles, the flag was already up, ball had already crossed the line before moving to play again.
Brighter J clearly knew he was offside, and it's quite interesting to see how these two teams take their time to build up, even under pressure. They are not in the rush to balloon the ball away from their defensive ends. It's quite interesting to see that matches up with the good work of the two gaffers in charge.
Ado is trying to switch to the left side.
Very uncharacteristic of Ishmael Ado there.
Very good pass of the ball. He's trying to pick out TJ, but it went too bad for him. Brighter J has got some chasing to do. Another great defending from Fauzi Ali.
He's clearly distinguishing himself. Why? He replaces his captain, Aban, in his absence. Very good defensive work there. Fauzi Ali, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far.
Anochibedu. Fauzi to Hennessy. For the first time this season, Hennessy is playing without his regular centre-back partner. They both played 13 games. This is Hennessy's 14th of the season. Aban would have been playing his 14th alongside Hennessy, but for that national assignment when he joins the Galaxies for that international friendly against Bafana later on Tuesday.
That is quite an enviable partnership any coach would want for his team. But even in the absence of Aban, Hennessy hasn't felt at home with Fauzi Ali. We expect him to actually lead the charge in organizing the back line, which so far hasn't had any deficiencies.
Mizaka free. Last touch coming off Kuma. Throwing to Aduana. Danso stops the free right in his track. Serious Konsa. He gives away possession. Brighter jersey lurking. Fauzi has the ball away. Hennessy, calm control. Now Ado, back to Hennessy. Efson, that's what to put it down for Enim. Throwing for Lions.
Very good play there from Hennessy. And then Ishmael Ado calming down play and playing it out of a dangerous area.
Poor effort from Michael Efson.
To see the intent was very clear. Execution coming off. Not his favorite foot. Would have expected it to have fallen onto the right. Cannot blame him. Free and easy work for Prince Osei to do.
Osei's delivery. Flicked away by Amponsa. There's a foul against Aduana. Mizaka free, the culprit. Here is Konsa. He's trying to find chance to Freeman. Efson pops up, but the flag is up against Efson for offside.
That was quite a teasing delivery there. Michael Efson running in behind the defensive line. Aduana needs to be very much careful. Look at him on the blind side. Picking it up. Could have easily been a penalty. But unfortunately, it was flagged offside. Very great run to pick up that pass.
Not too sure Alex Boachi had any idea where Efson was coming from. The sense of awareness must be up there for Boachi. Or else they paid dearly for it because Efson knows how to run into those channels. It's 10 minutes. In Pando, Hearts of Lions, nil. Aduana in possession, looking for the opening goal. Mizaka free shoots, and it's blocked by Hennessy. Corner Aduana.
Very good block there. Mizaka free, very swift, very sharp, smart. Yaudanso helped Hennessy to close down that space. And that block was always going to come from Hennessy with his outstretched right foot there. Good strike, but equally good block to keep it off target.
Corner to Aduana. Boateng to take. Swings one to the near post, and Enim had to be there for Hearts of Lions. It was almost getting in at the near post.
These are the kind of corner kicks you wouldn't want your team to be facing. But that is always going to come from Aduana.
Boateng goes low this time. It's cleared away by Enim. Ado. Kuma. Ado. Chance Freeman can get to it. Raymond Ajiman under pressure kicks the ball out, and the Lions have the advantage now.
Pressure on Raymond there. He couldn't quickly make that turn and pass it to goalkeeper Prince Osei because there was a lack in Efson. He wanted to hit it too high, but unfortunately miscued it.
Damso. Freeman. Kwanzaa. Now Hennessy. Looks at the movement of Enim. Good run. He wanted to go for goal, but too much power. And it was always rising.
That was brilliant play between Enim. Look at that. Picking up that pass from Hennessy. Beautiful control by the execution. It was always rising, hitting it on the laces. You can see Enim a bit much disappointed with that hit. He felt he could have easily hit that target and wet goalkeeper Prince Osei.
Yao done so. Kuma, lovely touch. Gets back to Danso. Fauzi Ali to Ruben Hennessy. Chance to Freeman to Enim. Danso sees the movement of Efsin, but he gives the ball away. There's a heavy push by Efsin. Going too hard on Patrick Mensah. Free kick for Aduana.
Poor control from Efsin to lose that ball. It was a very good gather there coming from Mensah, trying to morate into that attack. But Efsin had to quickly come back and stop it.
In the meantime, injury concern for Aduana centre back Anochi Bedu. These traveling fans enjoying every bit of the action. No goals yet, but they're still enjoying it.
Obviously, they'll be looking for the opener to burst into their charge.
And some Hull United fans here to have a feel of the 14th with GP. I'm wondering which of these two teams they'll be rooting for. These are the Uja fans from Domain Crow. They've been here since morning.
It's been quite interesting this season. They seem to be traveling on every trip. Their presence really felt with their drum and dancing and singing at all the venues they've been present at. It's quite impressive. It's not just the home fans having an advantage of making noise to push their team. They've also added to the bite to try and neutralize home support.
Two-time Ghana Premier League champions. They are the only team in the history of the Premier League to have won it in their debut season when they qualified to the top flight in 2009-10 season under the tutelage of experienced Herbert Addo. They won the Premier League in their very first season, but it's not looking good for Anochi Bedu, the Aduana centre-back.
That was quite unfortunate there. He was trying to win the ball. He seemed to slip and has injured his eye in the process. It's quite not a pleasant scene for Anochi Bedu. And Aduana will be ruining his absence if he's not able to turn up.
So this fan is feeling the heat here in Tondo. Very hot weather conditions. He decides to take off his shirt and enjoy the game bare-chested. That's a late clip on Danso by the Aduana man. I think he was at the blind side of the referee, and the home fans are not happy with it.
Clearly not happy. They would want every decision to see the opponents punished, and that was a late one coming in there from Patrick Mensah. You can see Danso is in pain. He's clutched onto his face. As to whether he'll be able to continue is a question that will be answered by himself, but gladly he's up on his feet.
And Mensah is apologetic, unintentional. Aristika has caught up Raymond Ajiman and Abubakar. Abubakar seemed to have stabilized that left back position. Kuma is yet to take the game to Abubakar down the left-hand side of the Aduana defense.
I was quite interested now. Raymond Ajiman would have to slot in at centre back.
Michael Efson backhills the ball to Freeman. Desperate finishing from the Liberian. Goal kick.
That was quite a great opportunity for Chauncey Freeman to take his time and find Efson. Again, that pass was a loose one. He managed to get onto it. But the effort was way off target. You cannot be pulling it away in that manner. He needs to be hitting the target a lot more times if he wants to register more goals in the Ghana Premier League.
Offside delivery. Fauzi Ali. Throwing Aduana. Abubakar Adams to Brighter J. Kwanzaa loses possession to Mizaki Free, but that's what to clear the danger. Raymond Ajiman forced awkwardly after winning the ball at the expense of Efsin. Odatelamte with a very firm catch for Lions. Now Kwanzaa. Chance to Freeman. Doesn't keep it in.
That was so hard. Very quick play there. Chauncey getting the ball right behind him. He couldn't match up with the pace on the 10. And already rolled out of touch. Petit, Heart of Lions wanted to quickly hit that break, knowing the defensive deficiencies.
Referee is still not satisfied with Anochi Bedu's treatment. I think some blood is still oozing out. Anochi Bedu is one of the most experienced players in the Ghanaian top flight. I was telling you earlier on, he's made about 135 appearances for Aduana. Anochi Bedu. No. It is the centre-back partner, Alex Boachi, who has got those statistics to his name in the last 6 seasons. The captain has got 135 appearances in the top flight for him. This campaign, he's played in his 14th game, the most consistent Aduana player this time. And interestingly, Anochi Bedu has equally played 14 games this season for Aduana.
That is also a very consistent pair. If you want to win league defenses, they say win your titles. And the most consistent defensive pair that prevents opponents from scoring is always going to win you that title, and Aduana have it.
Free kick.
It's another tackle there on. Yeah, done so by Menta. The two would have a very long afternoon.
20 minutes in Pando. Heart of Lions nil, Aduana FC nil. Hennessy onto the head of Alex Boachi, cleverly heads to the back to his goalkeeper. One of the most improved defenders locally in the last 3 seasons, Boachi. Ado, Kwanzaa, Danso, Kuma, Kwanzaa. That's a rush challenge from Raymond Ajiman. Lovely play from Ismailado in midfield, but the final ball not good enough to find Kuma.
Wow, the press right there on him, preventing him from having a very good pass, an accurate one to find Kuma on the right-hand side of the attack. Aduana doing their best to prevent the most creative player for Heart of Lions from having it easy in finding those through balls to the attacking players.
Hennessy is up against Mizaki Free. Free is fighting for it. There was a slight push behind Hennessy, and referee whistles a foul against the Aduana striker.
There was a mismatch with regards to stature and fighting for the ball. Hennessy knew all he had to do was to just block the space, and Mesha committed himself.
Fauzi Ali's ball to nobody for Lions. Alex Boachi got stopped by Enim. Now Kwanzaa. Ateje has been quiet. Hangs on for Lions. Ismailado in midfield. Dinks one. Ateje. But again, the flag was up for offside against Ateje.
That's quite interesting, that pass that came through. Brilliant from Ismailado. Picking up on Kojo Kuma. Look at that touch. But he was just a shade off side. Running from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Quick switch from him. He sensed the danger that would come to his opponent if he made a quick move. He did that, and that nearly gave him an opportunity to find the opener. And quite unfortunately, he was too quick for that ball.
Ado Konsa. Ado throws a beautiful ball to Kuma down the right. Raymond Arjaman. Henson and Ponsa with some good footwork there. Finds Aduma Kubuate now, Alex Boache. Captain tries to pull one for his front man, but is defended well by Hearts of Lions. Here is Ado. Fauzi Ali to the right side is looking for Kuma. Comes up against Adam Sabubakar. It's lovely footwork. He swings in across, headed out by Anochi Bedu. Chansey on the rebound. Sana gets the touch on it for a corner to Hearts of Lions.
Clever play there from Kuma, swinging that ball in. Anochi Bedu tried to clear it. Kwanzaa not with the best of connection to that volley, but Sana did enough to prevent any goal-mouth melee.
Besmakanim to take the corner for Hearts of Lions. Enim goes to the far post, away by Oseo, the fifth. Danso to Enim. Swings one in. Good play from Arjaman. Henson and Ponsan sees Bright Ajay in the middle. Show too much of the ball to the opponent, and Hearts of Lions take possession. Here is Chance of Freeman. Trying to pick out Michael Efson, but just can't get to him.
And that was quite an interesting piece of play there. Ball one in the Heart of Lions. End of the page. Managed to play the ball quickly by Chauncey Freeman. But his pass was always moving away from Michael Efson. He wanted it a bit more direct. That would fall within his path to run and pick up. But it was always swinging towards the touchline.
After Lions have 16 home points this season, 5 wins and a draw, yet to lose this term. They've been really impressive at home, Lions.
Very much impressive. That is the kind of strength you'd want to see them having at home, though a number of their trips hasn't seen lots of success. They'll definitely be proud of their home form. All they need to do is to make sure that their away form counts a bit more better to complement the strength at home.
They are only behind Gold Stars, who have 18 home points. Mediama, Karela, Samatex and Aduana equally up 17 home points, with Hearts of Lions right behind them with 16 home points from 6 home games. Here is Ado. Freeman. Lovely pass to Danso down the right. Here is Danso. Danso with a cutback, and nobody is connecting for Hearts of Lions as Watson clears the danger for Aduana.
That was an interesting piece of play there. Danso knew exactly where his players were moving towards.
And that's clumsy from Sana. He deserves it. You should have seen it. Very clumsy. Yellow card to Sana.
That was very nasty and cynical. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. It was intended. Very needless in that part of the pitch. He's going to walk a very tight rope. And as much as he would want to be creating a lot of chances, he will now have to take his time in trying to help Raymond Arjaman and Patrick Mensah win the ball.
Sana, first player to get a yellow card now. That's the cross from him, headed away by Anochi Beidu. Hennessy not taking any chances against Brighter J. Referee whistles again because flag was up for offside.
Heart of Lions have started having joy on the flanks, both the left and the right hand side. Ateje causing trouble with the name on the left hand side. And as you can see, Danso combined with Kwajokuma to also cause some bit of trouble on the right hand side of the attack. And it's been quite interesting how Aduana is struggling to deal with these. Heart of Lions getting more stronger from the flanks. Ishmaelado, some of Buama Kwanzaa have started finding the spaces in between the Aduana central defense and the laterals, and it's giving them joy.
Abubakar. Mensah to Abubakar. Mizaki Friye. Konsa. Kuma. Goes past Brighton J. Hangs on. And is fouled by Raymond Arjaman. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. That's brilliant play from Kuma.
Kojo Kuma getting a lot more on the ball. He's getting more and more dangerous. Confidence building up. He's very much creative, he's swift, and he has that ability to just run in between tight spaces. He's giving Aduana headaches.
Chance for Hearts of Lions. How did they flop this opportunity? Ateje had all the time in the world and the space to have done something more positive. But here comes Aduana. Mizaki Friye. Brighter J. Flag goes up and AJ is offside.
It was clear exactly what was happening. Brighter J couldn't time his run. That was a swift counter break from Aduana winning that free kick. But AJ always quick. You can understand him. He's not as pacey as his younger self. He would have to run a bit more quicker to pick up the pass in order to catch up with the runs. But that was very good work there from Heart of Lions. Hennessy, and then Ali catching him.
30 minutes in Pando. Hearts of Lions and Aduana yet to score here in the top liner of match day 14 in the Ghana Premier League. It's lived up to the contest. It's lived up to the bill.
It's been interesting. End-to-end action. Most of the glorious opportunities, clear-cut chances fallen for Heart of Lions. Not too clear, but they've managed to ask lots of questions about this Aduana team. The absence of their regulars clearly not giving them any troubles. They've been fluid as expected at the den. What is lacking is a lot more effort on target to test goalkeeper Prince Osei.
Robin Hennessy. Fauzi Ali. Fauzi is trying to pick up Kajokuma. Lions here. Kwanzaa. Fauzi Ali. Ishmael Ado. Ateje. Good pass to Freeman. Ado is looking for options. He's trying to get to Bismarck Enim. Ado. Switches to Yao Danso all the way down the right hand side. Kwanzaa. Cleared by Anochi Beidu. Danso. Hearts of Lions are holding on to possession pretty well.
They haven't put so many foot wrong in this game. And they are calmly trying to find their own way of dominating and creating more chances to score.
Here is Freeman. Today he's been given a free roll and taking the most of it. Now Enim Sends the ball in. Chance for Heart of Lions. Again, it's Kuma on the volley. Nearly put the Lions ahead. Impressive from Heart of Lions.
Another beautiful chance. Hennessy finding a name. An awkward delivery coming in. Very unorthodox. But Kojo Kuma from that position should be able to find the target. Not the best connection from that volley. It was always tearing away from the goalpost.
What a goal it would have been for him on his first ever start in this season's Premier League for Heart of Lions. He's mainly been coming off the bench, and he's starting today. Nearly made it count. Brighter J for Aduana. Ado steals possession from Sana. Here comes Ishmael Ado. Sana is careful because he's on a yellow card. Chance to Freeman is on the left. Ado hangs on and switches to Yao Danso, but it's Kuma who arrives to take the ball. Kuma just missed the glorious chance a while ago. He finds Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa finds Yao Danso. Here's Kuma. Good reaction from Prince Osei, but he's hurt himself in the process.
Excellent pace of play there from Heart of Lions, trying to find their way through. Very good pass. Kuma bringing it down on his chest. Look at his run. And look at that dink of a pass from Samuel Kwanzaa. He got into the way. Michael Epson, and both couldn't find a decision to make. But excellent goalkeeping there from Prince Osei. He stuck out his leg and he cleared the ball. Instinctive goalkeeping from Osei.
Anochi Bedu, completely out of sort, completely beaten, and I'm sure you'd have blamed himself if that ball had hit the back of the net, but Osei, that was an instinctive reaction from the Aduana goalkeeper.
That is what you need from your goalkeeper. When your defense fails you, he becomes the last line of defense, and it proved pivotal. The reason why he's become number one with the Oja boys. But credit to Heart of Lions. They are finding the spaces even in the watertight Aduana FC defense. Look at Kwanzaa, look at Ishmael Ado, look at Ruben Hennessy, look at Kojo Kuma and Besbak Enim. They've been pulling the balls through from the right, left, and center. It's all left with Epson and Kuma to be able to capitalize on it in the final third of the pitch. You can't miss these chances. Once you're punished, it becomes difficult for you to come back into the game. This is a game of football. They should know that.
Aristika, he's been tasked with the responsibility of getting Aduana into a top 4 finish, but realistically, these guys want to win the Premier League. That's Bashir Effort. He had issues with a centre referee last week in Abrankese. He accused the referee of using unprintable language on him. Then the referee flashed him a yellow card. Bashir Effort has since been charged by the Ghana Football Association. He was expected to respond yesterday to charges of misconduct. When I spoke to him, he says he did nothing wrong. It was the referee who rather insulted him.
As we know him, he's very much vocal. He will always vent his spleen. He will always express his displeasure. And he was also not happy with his players. Remember that quote. Likening them to dancers from one location to another.
Lions have a corner. It's Enim to take. He goes to the near post, headed down by a free air. Enim keeps it in for Danso. The two laterals combining to get the ball away for Lions. Here's Hennessy to Kwanzaa. Danso sends one in. Epson is the target, but Boache heads it out. Patrick Mensah goes past Freeman. Mizaki Free, a good ball to find Mensah. Enim is coming so hard. That's a beautiful tackle. Clean tackle from Enim.
Brilliant play from him. He sensed the danger. Look at the run from central part of defense. And he knew exactly what to do to make sure that Mensah wasn't going to advance. But you can credit Mensah picking the ball in central midfield and advancing to that position.
Adam Sabubakar to take the throw in for Aduana. Ado, Enim, Freeman is up against Arjiman. His foot up against Freeman. Referee Kofi gets his right.
There's no need for him to complain. It was needless taking out his foot there, knowing Ajima was always going to come with his head. They just give Vin away a cheap free kick to his opponent. Already under pressure, they can calm themselves now. These are some of the decisions you make that disturbs the flow of the team.
Seydou Sana and Watson behind it. Watson goes wide. Sana blasts one from afar and it goes wide for a goal kick.
That was quite a very good hit coming there from Sana. He's well noted for those drives. But unfortunately, this time around, he was always moving away. I think a decent wall kept him to strike that ball way off target.
Fauzi Ali to Konsa. It's a poor pass and Aduana will take advantage. Sana to Bright Ajay. He turns around Fauzi. Here is Bright Ajay, but his effort is blocked by Fauzi Ali. Here is Henson and Ponsam. Seydou Sana, Raymond Arjiman, Adam Abubakar. Good run from the left back. He's fouled by Chauncey Freeman. Free kick for Aduana.
Chauncey Freeman has started giving away free kicks in very poor positions. They were in control of the game, but they seem to be giving it away with some of these indecisions. But very good play there coming from Abubakar. He hasn't set forward so much, but that was promising.
Free kick. Advantage Aduana. Patrick Mensah and Boateng behind it. Remember, Dumako Boateng and Patrick Mensah plotting and planning to execute something spectacular. Adumako goes over it. Mensah delivers. And Mizaki Free improvises with an overhead kick, but the flag was already up against Alex Boache.
That was quite free kick wasted there. Very good delivery into the penalty area. A connection from Meshach Free, the very best. And Boache failed to move away from that offside position.
It's 40 minutes, 5 more minutes before half-time. Hearts of Lions nil, Aduana FC nil. Alex Boache with a long ball looking for Henson and Ponsa. Ball coming off Besma Kanimpo and Aduana throw in.
That was very good read of the ball there. Neem knew he had to get a touch.
Sana's delivery. Danso flicks it away. Here is Kuma, blocked by Patrick Mensah. But Kuma does well to get possession. He was pushed and referee gets the decision spot on.
Very good defensive work there coming from Kuma, and as much as he's been brilliant in the attack, he's helping defensively. That was quite a quick one from him to ensure that that touch wasn't going to fall to Patrick Mensah, forcing Mensah to make the mistake.
Anoche Bedu kicks the ball away. Bedu hands possession to Chauncey Freeman. Here is Ateje. Konsa. Decision in favor of Hearts of Lions, but Alex Boache comes to the rescue. Sana only as far as Hennessy. All the way back to Odate Lamte. He's yet to be tested in this afternoon's game.
Well, he's had a very quiet day, and it's all because of his defense. Fauzi Ali and Hennessy making sure he doesn't have too much to worry.
Michael Epson with a chance on his left foot into the side net. Glorious chance for Michael Epson. On his left foot, unleashing one that failed to find the back of the net.
It's quite surprising. Look at that delivery. Ateje flicking it right onto the part of Epson. From that position, he should work. The goalkeeper at least way off target. Silent in there. It was quite a sweet head with his left foot. He was aiming for the low corner of the near post, but he had to hit wide.
Enim, Sana, Konsa. He's been brilliant for them. Combining with Ismail Ado in that midfield. Henson and Ponsa up against Enim, and Aduana has the corner.
Enim will be quite disappointed to let that go, but there was nothing he could have done extra.
There was a great show of desire and purpose from Henson and Ponsa, materializing in that decision going in favor of Aduana, and Patrick Mensah will step up for the corner kick. Mensah to Boateng. Boateng swings in across. Boache has the ball down. Anochi Bedu is lurking. Again, the final touch of Bismarck Enim for another Aduana corner.
You can quite understand why he's a bit livid. Look at that delivery cable. And Alex Boache, not the tallest player, but always getting onto these balls. Meshak a free ace. Flick wasn't enough to find Anochi Bedu.
Cross comes in and is straight to Odata Lamte from Mensah. Not a good delivery from the Premier League debutant. We're doing 4 additional minutes. Those 4 minutes will be huge for these two coaches. None would want to concede before the break.
It's been quite a decent game for both teams so far. A number of opportunities that have come. The goalkeepers haven't been tested enough. Out of Lions having the better share of them. But it failed to get the very best out of these. Aduana will be glad with what they have had so far.
Fauzi's ball in, looking for Efsin. Anochi Bedu, strong tower for them in that area. Done so. It's a handball against Raymond Arjaman.
It was clear for everyone to see. He stuck out his hand, went down, so wanted to get the ball past him. The referee was close to the action and whistled.
Fauzi's ball. Diving header by Adoma Boateng. Enim gets the advantage of Henson and Ponsa. Arateje hands possession to Brighter J. Here is Henson and Ponsa. Sana with the cross. Chance for Aduana, and Brighter J's header is straight to Odate Lamte. He arrived at the right time. Not too sure about the accuracy of that connection.
He could have done better. That was quite a sweet delivery from Sana. He hasn't been his usual creative best, but that was one that Brighter J could have had a powerful connection to it. It was too feeble and not enough to hurt Odate.
Yao done so for Hearts of Lions. Now Kuma on the right side. Clever way to win the throw-in. Patrick Mensah just kicking the ball against Kuma to get the advantage.
Been quite a decent job there done by Abubakar Adams, in as much as Kuma has had a better share of exchanges. Just make sure that all those exchanges do not end in a goal.
Brighter J. It's obvious he's struggling as a kind of lone man up front, filling the shoes of Emmanuel Marfo, the club's top scorer. The referee whistles as a handball against Ateje. He seems to be cutting a frustrated figure, Ateje.
Well, it hasn't been a game that you'd have expected him to be so quiet. He's one man, you'd expect him to be a bit more vibrant, but it hasn't been the case for him. You can understand his frustrations.
Sana must be careful. Already on a yellow card. I'm sure Gideon Nikofi is going to be sympathetic towards him. He cautions him verbally, and he knows the next tackle might get him an early shower.
And he needs to calm down. And look at that delivery. Coming in there from Sana. Brighter J could have done better. He just made it easy for Datelante. He saw where he was going to head the ball to, and it came directly at him, not too far away, to test the goalkeeper.
Could have been much better from the experienced Brighter J, whose goal was once captured globally on the CNN when he scored a spectacular bicycle kick a couple of seasons ago at the Linkley Stadium in Obuasi. He could have been doing something with this one for Aduana.
Well, I think he was trying to apply that basic rule, head the ball back to where it was crossed.
Lions trying to make inroads, but Aduana trying as much as they can to defend their lines before the end of the first half. And that's it. Referee Gideon Nikofi brings the first half to an end. A very competitive first half between these two. Top of the three on the Ghana Premier League table. It's Hearts of Lions who dominated possession, created some chances, not too good enough to hand them the opening goal. Brighter J just squandered what was the brightest chance for Aduana in the first half. It's ended goalless at halftime here at the Kwando Stadium. Hearts of Lions 0, Aduana FC 0.
It's 5 minutes down here at the Kwando Sports Stadium. We've witnessed some very good football, but it's goalless between Hearts of Lions and Aduana. I've been joined by the assistant coach of Aduana FC, that is Maulom Selom. Maulom, I mean, you are still in the game, but you've not created enough chances. Do you think the second half, the system must change?
Yes, surely the system is going to change. The game plan for today, especially in the first half, work in in defensive third, but unfortunately it's not working in attacking third. So we need to be a bit composure in attacking third and take advantage of the little chances that we may create.
Of course. Now you've been a bit blunt up front. Do you think the absence of Emmanuel Mafo is telling in this game?
Not really, but we have analyzed them. So we have to develop another strategy how to go with it. Because as usual, they have a lot of numerical advantage in up front. So we also have to develop those numbers to add with them or to give us those the strategy in the game situation.
Okay.
So we have to be a bit calm in up front side.
Well, let's see what happens with the second half. Maulom Lawrence is the assistant coach of Aduana. It's goalless between the pair here at the Kwando Sports Stadium. I'll be joined by the assistant coach of Hearts of Lions. Coach EJ, you had one glorious opportunity. Do you think Michael Efson could have done better in that situation?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He could have done much better, but that is how football is. Sometimes you think you are shooting, but you rather miss it. So I think second half we are going to come up good.
Of course, you've created all the good chances in this game, but unable to break that defense of Aduana. What should change in the second half?
We are going to keep on attacking them because the more we will attack, the more we get more chances to score. So we are going to keep on attacking them.
Well, both my assistant coaches have spoken, and we've heard them. Second half upon us, and we'll get to see what really happens. But it's goalless between Heart of Lions and Aduana. And it's the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on your TV. We take a quick breather. When I return, I'll be joined by Kelvin Owusu-Ansah.
In the heart of Ghana, a nation rich with natural resources and
His advancement into the opponent half. I was expecting something more creative from Chauncey Freeman. He's been marauding in between the lines, but he hasn't really created enough. But credit should also go to that is Yao Danso and then Kuma on the right side. They've been explosive. They've been asking lots of questions. They've been causing problems. The final ball, the final decision, the final hit has been little to be desired. I think that is where Heart of Lions have fallen short. Kuma as well as Efson need to be a bit more precise with their shots. If you are not working the goalkeeper enough, there is no way you are scoring.
Of course, but that is for Heart of Lions. They've created enough chances. We'll come to that Michael Epson opportunity, which I thought was 1-0 to Heart of Lions until I saw that the ball had hit the side net. But Aduana defensively have been superb. Alex Boachi together with Steven Anochi Beidu, fantastic.
Well, it's quite interesting if you have someone like Alex Boachi who has been playing, for consecutively in the last 4 seasons. He has about 136 matches. To his credit, this season he's partnered Anochi Beidu for 14 consecutive games. Both of them have been very much regular in the thick of affairs. And that tells you that they have that connection, they have that chemistry. So it's not easy for you to break them down. And when you float the ball into the penalty area, Alex Boachi may not be the tallest defender, but his gravity allows him to fly a bit high and then get the ball. So I think it's been quite uneasy for them on the left and right hand side of their defensive end. But when it comes to, going central, that is where they've been lacking. And I think that is why the limited opportunities to someone like Chauncey Freeman, all the chances that have fallen for Heart of Lions have come through, the laterals. You look at Kwajokuma, you look at Enim. I think, Heart of Lions have Ateji a bit quiet today. Ordinarily, you would expect him to be more vibrant in the team on the left-hand side of attack for them. If he's able to come to the party, I think Heart of Lions will be much more dangerous. But until then, if they want to plunge through the middle, it's going to be repelled the countless times by that is Aduana FC.
Of course, a big one there. But for Aduana, they've been a bit blunt up front. Bright AJ, Meshaki Free have not really come to the party, and it's really affecting them.
Well, and it's all about movement. I think that Meshaki Free and Henson and Ponsa should be carrying the team on their shoulders. Maxwell Arthur is not playing today. If he plays, it allows Raymond Ajiman that opportunity to burst a bit more forward with Sana. It looks more like now Raymond and Sana are sitting, and it's not allowing them to have, that fluid play you would expect. And I think also Emmanuel Malfo's, overall play, they trust him more than they trust Bright AJ, though Bright is more experienced. If Malfo was playing, he comes, drops in deep, and then you see Meshake Free and Henson and Ponsa running in behind the lines for him to feed them up with the ball. But Bright hasn't been able to do that. Fawzi Ali has given him a hell of an opening 45 minutes, where I think is affecting the Aduana FC team. They may try their best, through Patrick Mensah, who is playing behind Bright AJ. But it hasn't been enough. Anytime he gets into a good position, he's either stopped by Ishmael Ado or stopped by Yao Danso.
And, Fawzi is one of the players filling in for those who are in the Black Galaxies. Yeah. But before the game kicked off, I was looking at goalkeeper Odati Lamte.
Yeah.
The young goalkeeper has not had much time with Heart of Lions. Lawrence has been the mainstay. So far, how would you rate his first half performance?
I think he's been very much confident. He's not panicking in the post. The number of times he came out to, punch the ball away, you could see that sort of vibrancy. And let's not forget, he is even supposed to be the 4th choice goalkeeper, but he's in there as the 2nd choice goalkeeper today, all because that is Dansu Redu is recovering from an injury, and that would not allow him to be in the post. I think he's been decent. He's been commanding his defense so well. There have been limited opportunities for that is Aduana FC, and that I think that he's done a decent job so far.
These are some of the opportunities that Heart of Lions had in the first half there. Michael Epson coming to the party, and he's been at the forefront of everything that has happened in attack for Heart of Lions. This time, goalkeeper Osei Prince extinguishing any danger there. Aduana also had a few half chances. This free kick particular went over the crossbar, but there was one particular incident. This header from Yao Danso was a good one to, scoff off every danger in there. But Bright AJ had one good header, and it could have easily been 1-0 to Aduana.
I was quite surprised that he did not have enough power. You know, he should have worked his neck muscles a lot more.
I think it was too direct
generate power.
The goalkeeper.
Exactly. You know, the basic rule is head the ball back to the direction where it was crossed from. So he was looking more at heading it back, thinking that goalkeeper or that Telamte will be aiming for the right-hand side of his goalpost, but he decided to stick in the middle, and it was just an easy stretch for him to grab that ball. I think let's credit the goalkeeper for that, but I think Bright J with his experience is either you head the ball to the ground, it bounces off and gives the goalkeeper a hell of a time, or you head it to his near side. If you're heading it back to the direction where it was crossed from, it has to be a lot more powerful than it was.
Second half in a bit, I mean, what should change for Heart of Lions, the home side?
I think it's all about, you know, precision and accuracy. If you're creating all these goal-scoring opportunities, you must make sure you hit the target. Work goalkeeper Prince or say more. If you're not working the goalkeeper, he's virtually on a holiday, and you're hitting the balls off target. The side nets, the wayward efforts will not get you the goals. They need to be more clinical. And I think that, you know, Kwajo Kuma and then Michael Efson have been the culprits. They should be hitting the target.
Would you introduce Kwajo Obin Jr. at this point? Give
I don't
him
think
45 minutes with his experience.
I don't think you need to rush it. If there's any change that should come and you want to change, I think that maybe Paul Ateje would be off, and then Kwajo, you know, uses his strength and then a little bit of his pace and power to cause trouble for, remember, Adumako. Adumako has virtually kept Paul Ateje on a holiday. They know themselves, you know, once before they were playing in the same region. So definitely knows the capabilities of what Ateje. Maybe you bring Kwajo Obin Jr., he'll be able to cause a bit more trouble. But I don't think they should risk it now. They should just come into the opening 15 minutes, see what will happen in the opening 15. If they are not able to get goals or a lot more scoring opportunities, then they can make the changes.
Well, that is for Heart of Lions. Let's talk about Aduana. For Chioba Aristika, I mean, he may go with the old adage, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. Do you think he should also try and throw the kitchen sink at Heart of Lions, maybe in the last 50 minutes of the game?
He wouldn't want to. His team is a bit disjointed, you know, from defense to midfield to attack, and his laterals haven't been as solid as he would expect them. If he decides to burst a lot more for it means that there's going to be punishment for him, because Enim and then Yao Danso as well as Kwajo Kuma have been marauding down the left and right hand side. So if you open up too much, if you decide to, you know, go for the kill, you will be killed. And I don't think that with his experience, he's going to go in there. He's already frustrated because he hasn't seen a decent control of the game by his midfielders, which ideally it should be the case. So I don't think he's going to rush anything. He would wait, stay calm, and see what he can get very best.
Well, Diana have a lot of experienced players in their ranks. I mean, the likes of Jemfi Kamara, William Intori, Denchi, Sam Adams.
Yeah.
Would you want to introduce them straight for the second half? Or if you are Aristoka, you want to wait a bit and see what happens?
These are games I think you need someone who can cause a lot more trouble, you know, for you. And I think that maybe Sam Adams coming on and Maxwell Arthur coming on with the experience. Maybe Sam Adams on the right-hand side. Henson has had a very quiet day. You can take Patrick off and then you put Sam Adams right behind Brighter J. And then you bring Maxwell Arthur to come into the central midfield, to come create a lot more chances, and with his energy and his vibrancy, you know, make sure that that is Ishmael Ado and then Samuel Buamakwansa have lots of work. If you have someone like Maxwell Arthur, he can press trigger Samuel Buamakwansa, and the loose balls or the scraps will be picked by, you know, that is Aduana FC, and then they can capitalize and see if they can create.
Well, let's see if you're going to have goals in the second half. It is goalless between the third place and the second place in the Ghana Premier League. Very entertaining first 45 minutes. We are hoping that the second half would at least bring us some goals here. So Kelvin Owusu would go back to his position and join Nana Dakwa JC for the second half commentary. We'll see you after that one.
We are back for second half of this top line of match day 14 of the Ghana Premier League. Top of the table clash, third and second on the league log. Scoring it off. First 45 minutes produced no goals. Back from recess, Hearts of Lions will be stepping up to ensure they make the most of home advantage. A venue where they are yet to lose a game at. This venue is a venue they call the Den, a fortress for them. But Aduana has been giving them a good run for their money in the opening 45 minutes. For Aduana, they've been ensuring that they are not overly outplayed by Hearts of Lions, but they equally also failed to create decent goal-scoring opportunities. The closest they came was that header from Bright Ajay following that delivery from Seydou Sana. Back from recess, we're looking forward to another competitive second half.
You should expect a lot more vibrancy, a lot more energy, a lot more creation of chances in the second half as they look for goals.
There we go for second half here. In Pando is Heart of Lions who gets us going for second half action. Ismail Ado with a long one straight to Prince Osei.
Clearly the intent is to work a lot more, test the goalkeeper a lot more, see if he can fumble. And that was clearly an intent from Ismail Ado there.
Here is Brighter J up against Hennessy. He goes down in the box. Hennessy fuses a clean tackle. J appeals for a penalty and all eyes on Niku Joe.
He was very close to the action. He definitely knew that there was no way Hennessy had a touch of the man. The reason why he allowed play to go, give him the benefit of the doubt, who was close to the action.
It's a foul against Aduana attacker Mezake Friye. He went in and shoved off Fauzi Ali, but interestingly, he's the one who has come off the worst.
I think the intent was to go for the man and not the ball. I think he's very much okay. He hasn't really caused enough trouble for Heart of Lions.
He's just caught 1 goal in 13 games this season. Mezake Friye. He began with a lot of promise and huge potential during his days at Brecum Chelsea. He was touted to be one of the next big thing in terms of goal scoring in the Ghana Premier League. I guess he's yet to live up to it.
It's quite unfortunate that he hasn't been able to keep that consistency. He still has the skill. It's all about confidence. And he needs to pick it up himself.
Kwanzaa, with the outside of his foot, was trying to get to Ateje, but Osei had it well covered.
Ateje has been a bit quiet. He hasn't been able to read in between the lines very well. If I'm thinking Heart of Lions want to make an early change, it could definitely be him.
Mezake Friye, stopped by Hennessy. Sana picks it up for Aduana, sends in a cross. Patrick Mensah is lurking. Adam Sabubakar swings in a cross. Mezake Friye said and Hennessy returns it away by Kwanzaa, and it's disappointing from Raymond Ajiman's goal kick.
That was quite a very beautiful delivery there from Adams. Mezake Friye knew Brighter J was free. He wanted to knock it back to him. Look at that sweet left foot delivery. Clever intent from Meshach, but Ruben Hennessy was right there. It wasn't a header that would have beaten Hennessy to find Brighter J. Credit to the centre back.
Mezake Friye. Now Brighter J for Aduana. Tricky one. Goal kick.
Aduana more vibrant the second half. They are finding the spaces. They are finding the passes. And it's all because of that quick switch. Mezake Friye now playing right behind Brighter J, and Patrick Mensah has been moved to the left-hand side. There's an interesting switch from Choba Restika.
Yao Danso, Kwanzaa, Freeman. Good ball to Bismarck Enim. Now Ateje. Over elaborating on the part of Ateje. Chance to Freeman with a touch. Enim was being held back. He gets the throw into his advantage now. Kwanzaa.
It's more like Aduana were settled in the opening minutes of the first exchanges this half. But Lions coming in.
Abubakar's clearance. Fauzi Ali is first in the air. Good movement from Kuma. He wants to find Efson in the middle, but Enim was a better option down the left side. Henson and Ponsan. Goes past Ateje. Swings to the right and finds Mizaki Friye. He comes up against Ruben Hennessy. He leaves the ball behind. Still a Friye. It's obvious he wants the corner. Hennessy is not bulging. Sana swings in a cross, stopped by Enim. Here is Ado. He's aiming at Kuma, who has got the pace, but he can't go past Adam Abubakar.
The intent was very clear. Hit the ball past Adams and run past him. But Adams applying very good intelligence there.
Here is Brighter J. Lovely control, but he's stopped by Fauzi. Ajman. Henson and Ponsa. Boateng. Brilliant. Goes past, chance to Freeman. Swings in across. Ali misses. Chance for Aduana. And it's a brilliant finish. Spectacular goal by Patrick Mensah. Wonderful finish. What a way to score the opening goal. Out of nothing, Aduana pulls out something spectacular. And the Oja boys have stunned the Lions in Pando.
It was always going to come. Fantastic delivery coming in there. They had to push early in the second half. They knew exactly what they wanted. Quick switch of play. That delivery was inch perfect.
And can you fault him? That's the Chief Executive Officer of Aduana, Collins Atapoku, excited much like the fans. And, you know, he can afford this dance.
Exactly. Better delivery, better play from Aduana. Look at that. Swivel from remembered Makubuate. A delivery not with his greatest foot. It was blocked by Brighter J. It fell to Patrick Menton. Look at that head. You can't fault Odate. Though it's at his near post, but it came too swiftly, too powerful, beyond his capability. Good finish from Patrick Menton.
Poor defending, but Mensah wouldn't mind. He took it really well. Lovely pass from Boateng in the beginning. Brilliant finish from Patrick Mensah.
And I think that the second half, he knew exactly where he was going to find his purple patch. Together with Meshak Afriye, they've switched positions, and that has worked the magic for them.
Aduana is taking the game to Heart of Lions, with Lions yet to lose at home this season. It's become a tall order for Bashir Hayford and his charges. How are they going to come back into this game?
They quickly need to respond. The dominance in the first half did not count. And just as the caution went to them, this is a game of football. You profligate, you are punished. And that is what Aduana have done. They have the capability to get back into the game though. But how early is it going to be?
More pressure on Bashir Hayford. He must be a truly concerned man. I'm not sure Trevor Ristika will have the same source of concern like Bashir Hayford. Hearts of Lions. Now, desperation is beginning to set in their play, Lions.
That was quite needless there from Efsen. There was no way he was going to be the goalkeeper from that distance. What was he thinking? He had players running, could have picked them up.
Hearts of Lions are winless in their last 3 games. A 2-2 drawn game against Vision, a goalless drawn game against Karela, and a 2-1 defeat last week against Nations. And they are down by 1 here, and Aduana is still probing for a second.
That is quite not interesting for Heart of Lions. They've had a decent game, but it's quite unfortunate now. They've missed opportunities and have let their gas down early the second half.
Hennessy. Fauzi Ali. Konsa. Ado. Ali Therese one through. Efsin with a chance. Michael Efsin caught in two minds whether to shoot or pass, and it's ended up fluffing another big opportunity.
That was quite an interesting piece of play there from him, but he couldn't find Chauncey.
Kuma goes down, he still hangs on to possession. Yao Danso, Ishmael Adu's cross, and Prince Osei grabs firmly for Aduana.
That was a poor cross there from Ishmael Adu, always hanging. And Prince Osei, very agile goalkeeping from him. He knows how to pick these up. An easy catch in his area.
55 minutes at the Kwando Stadium. Hearts of Lions 0, Aduana FC 1. Goal scored by Patrick Mensah. Well taken goal with the left foot.
It's quite needless there from Henson. And then Meshach Afriye. It's quite interesting how it's clearly the whistle had gone, and needless to engage in those tangles.
The den is quiet. The only sounds you can hear is that from the traveling Oja fans from Domahi and Crow. There's a foul against Konsa.
There's lots more desperation for Heart of Lions. They want to quickly get back into the game. And it's favoring Aduana FC. Meshach Afriye caused a lot of troubles this second half.
Afriye, Hennessy. Odate Lamte comes up, he gets the ball away for Hearts of Lions. That's a famous Asante Kotoko fan,
ever present,
who travels to every venue he can find himself at. I'm sure he's going to be in Kumasi for that game between Kotoko and Dreams on Sunday. But he might make a stopover in Accra tomorrow.
That is quite expected. He's not worried about making the trips. He loves the GPL and he enjoys it. This is his own and he loves it.
To be fair, he's been one of the most visible ambassadors of the Premier League, although without an official title. I think he's been driving this Premier League really well.
He's done quite a decent job. You know, not the most controversial person. He makes his support for his club known. He comments when necessary, and he just enjoys the game.
Only loves to enjoy the game. Here is Yao Danso. Ishmael Adu is trying to get a chance of Freeman. The passing play from Hearts of Lions have not been on in the second half.
So many poor passes, disjointed and uncoordinated flow of pattern for Heart of Lions. It's quite unimpressive to see how things have panned out for them. That is all because Aduana are very eager to pick the second balls, the scraps, and is giving Heart of Lions headache.
Hennessy with a long one looking for Michael Efsin, but Alex Boache, you can always trust him. Clever and very decisive in his actions.
Very good defensive work there from Alex Boache. He's trusted, he's dependable, he's durable. Look at that. He knew exactly how to cover up the space. Show some strength in there. Efsin clearly not happy with that badge, but it was legal.
Very obvious. Hearts of Lions are missing the services of those missing players. Especially H.A. Dogley. Fauzi Ali and Hennessy seem to have played really well in central defense, and you can't blame Odate for that goal, but that H.A. Dogley role seems to be missing in this game. But here they go, Aduana, Henson and Ponsa He puts one through for Brighton J, but Odatelamte is quick to react.
That was very good goalkeeping there from Odatelamte. Read the situation well. Quickly came out to pick up that ball before Brighton J got anything on that.
It's offside. This is in favor of Aduana. Playing with two experienced centre-backs. Anochi Bedu and Alex Boache. Solid partnership. They'll be rated as one of the best in the Premier League after 14 games.
And clearly, so they've done quite an enviable job. Many clubs will be wanting a central defensive pair to be as resolute and combative as that.
Maxwell Arthur comes in to replace Bright Ajay. Bright hasn't really lived up to it, but in the second half, his experience has really been impactful in the Aduana play. Not too sure what Chebari Stika intends to do, but he brings in a defensive midfielder for an attacker.
It looks more like he wants to solidify his midfield. There will be more advancement for Sana. And then keep Meshake free to cause more trouble with a high press.
So a free eight slots in to be the lone man. Sana moves a step further, and Mensah will provide the shield alongside Raymond Arjiman. Adam Abubakar's clearance. Returned by Fauzi Ali. Powerful one in by Anochi Bedu. Freeman. Poor touch from Kwanzaa, but it's lucky Danso is able to keep the ball in for Lions.
It's quite surprising Chelsea Freeman hasn't come very good with the aerial duels, but they keep hitting the ball to him. You see the frustration from Kwanzaa getting to him. He just went onto the back of his marker. It was quite a bit needless from him in that area of the pitch.
Yellow card to Boama Kwanzaa, Samuel Kwanzaa, for that foul. Hearts of Lions will shuffle their cards. Seed of Asante steps in for Hearts of Lions. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Asante in for Epson. Chauncey Freeman out for Sharif Alabani. Like for like changes. Here is Henson Amponsa. It's a beautiful stop by Enim.
And Aduana seems to be doing most of the things they failed to do in the first half. They are tackling, they are putting pressure on Heart of Lions, forcing them to either hit the ball high up and making lots of mistakes.
Alex Boache tries to find Sana. The goal scorer was trying to initiate the move from the middle. There's a foul against the goal scorer, Patrick Mensah on Ishmael Ado. Here is Alabani. Ateje. Ishmael Ado to Ateje. He gets the corner from the boot of Maxwell Mensah.
That was what is going to happen. A lot more energy on the flanks. Ateje needs to come to the party. He's been so quiet throughout the game.
It's interesting why he's gone quiet. Corner taken away by Alex Boache. Fauzi Ali for Hearts of Lions. Gets the ball away, it's cleared away by Anochi Beidou.
A bit of indecision there by the centre-back, forcing him to find it difficult to sort out his feet.
2 balls on the pitch. Hearts of Lions wanted to quickly send it into attack. .65, Lions still trailing Aduana by 1-0 here at the Den in Pando, a venue where they are yet to test defeat this season in the Premier League.
It will be a remarkable achievement by the Ocha boys in their quest to reclaim the GPL title.
The foul against Seed of Asante.
That was too much strength there from Seed of Asante. Eventually budgeting to Henson and Pontin to commit a foul right in front of the assistant referee. And it was always going to whistle for that as a foul.
Anochi Beidou has been nominated for the Player of the Month of November in the Ghana Premier League. Puts up a decent outing for them during the month in review. But he's got the likes of Prince Chenibua and Samba O'Neill to contend with for that accolade.
They're quite decent with his experience. He's a journeyman.
An absolute journeyman. Maxwell Atta. He hands possession to Enim. Here comes the Lions left back. Enim swings in a cross away by Alex Boache. Raymond Ajiman gets it down to Seydou Sana. Sana, good pass to Mizaki Free, but the flag is up for offside against the free.
That was a very intelligent pass in there, but Meshach was too quick. And you can see Sana a bit unhappy with that run from Meshach Free, but the coach Chobari Sekadiu, Meshach was offside and should have been a bit of a delay in that pass made by Sana.
If the results stay this way, Aduana go top of the Premier League with 27 points before Mediama step up in their game, which has been postponed until the 31st of December against Gold Stars. So they might be enjoying the top spot if it ends this way.
And that will be good riddance for them, knowing that they've traveled to make a point. And they've been quite making some giant strides on the road this season, claiming points from very difficult grounds. They are clearly showing signs of a team that has the capability of winning the Ghana Premier League.
Alex Boache clears the ball away. Aduana won by 2-0 against Hull United, so in their second visit to the Volta region, they've scored a goal. The last time they visited, they scored twice. And there's trouble for the Aduana captain, Alex Boache. Sido Asante is trying to help, but Boache is not interested.
Clearly, the captain of the team will try to while away some time. Wait for the medics to quickly walk to him and make that decision.
Aduana have won against 11 Wonders. That goal scored by Charles Jemfi Kamara. Then they won against Hohoi with goals from Emmanuel Mafo. And then Mizaki Friye. They're on the road to winning their third game away from home this season. Here is Fauzi Ali. Sends in a cross. And that header from Ismail Ado, not troubling Aduana.
That was a very good defensive work there.
Kuma, this first start of the season, and he makes way for Faisal. Shawe Ateje also makes way for Dennis Houtor. Coach Bash is throwing everything he's got as we enter into the last 20 minutes of this showdown in Pando.
He clearly needs a goal. He clearly needs to respond. There's no time to bring any more defensive players. He needs to throw in that attack.
Big blow for Aduana. Captain Alex Boache is limping off injured. They would need more defensive reinforcement. Anochi Bedu's header. Kwanzaa comes forward. Houtor. Hennessy gives the ball away, but he does well to redeem himself. Ruben Hennessy barely make mistakes. Swings one in the box, headed down by Arthur. Now Ado. Hennessy. Too much for Danso.
It was quite surprising. He wanted to make that pass.
Aduana goalkeeper Prince Osei has gone down. Anochi Bedu is trying to check out what's up with him on his thigh. Referee points to the time, indicating that the more you waste the time, the more I'm going to play more minutes afterwards.
And Nico V. Clearly see there was nothing that happened. Absolutely nothing. Well, he could be making a very, very valid point there.
Sidibe and Asante will come in for Aduana as the goal scorer Patrick Mensah makes his way out alongside the injured captain Alex Boache. So Kofi Asante and Dauda Sidibe will come in. Kofi will slot into defense and cover up for Alex Boache. Maxwell Arthur can also play in that central defensive role. We see how Trevor Aristika is going to tweak tactics and change personnel on the field.
It's going to be quite interesting to see how things will pan out. A bit of a frustrating afternoon, losing the captain. Heart of Lions have to quickly get back into the game. They have a few minutes to quickly make that recovery and get the equalizer. If they want to win, they need to do it the hard way.
Aduana have their reserve goalkeeper warming up in anticipation of replacing Prince Osei, Mohamed Abbas.
I'm sure Prince Osei is going to continue the game.
The look on the face of this Heart of Lions fan.
Stephen Boche is very much unhappy, but Aduana don't care.
I can feel for him though.
It's merrymaking for the Aduana fans who have made a very long trip.
If they win, it's going to be a smooth ride back home to Domain Crow. Here is Yao Danso. Good reaction from Prince Osei.
He's been quite intelligent. He knows when to come out for the ball. He reads the game beautifully. Picks it up in his zone. That's his territory. He cannot fluff.
Adam Abubakar to take. He swings one in. Flick by Sidibe. Hennessy clears the danger. Men's after to Sana.
That was poor decision making there from Sidibe.
We've got a quarter of an hour mark to go with Hearts of Lions still trailing. Aduana with Anochi Bedu cleverly heading the ball back to his goalkeeper, Prince Osei.
Intelligence and experience at play. Anochi Bedu now would have to do the work of Alex Boachi in that defense.
Konsa. Sidibe wins possession. Here is Abubakar. The flag must definitely be going up, but no. Clever decision from Mizaki Friye to have wind himself away from the offside trap. And eventually, Kofi Asante going to cause the foul.
Very good gather there from Fauzi Ali. He knew exactly what Kofi Asante wanted, got into his path. There's going to be a bit of pain.
The disappointed faces of the Hearts of Lions players who just went off: Kuma, Efson, Freeman, Ateje, and their faces sums up their day today.
Hasn't really been a very good day. They had their dominance in the first half. They failed to take advantage of it, and this second half has been quite unimpressive for them.
Dr. Lamte's delivery. Raymond Ajiman's header. Anochi Bedu clears. Kwanzaa. Referee whistles advantage Aduana.
Samuel Kwanzaa giving the ball away, needless. Barge into his man there. The referee was very much aware. He knew the decision that he was already going to make after playing out the advantage.
Ajiman's delivery. Now Mizaki Friye sends a cross straight to Odate Lamte. Alabani, Huto, Danso, Fauzi Ali. Time is not on their side. Hearts of Lions, but the build-up not too purposeful. Abubakar gets the ball away, but it's Danso who brings it down for Hennessy. Chance for Lions. Feet over Santos' header, just over the post. Good leap, but the connection not too precise.
That was quite a sweet, rightful delivery there. Look at the ding of a pass, picked up coolly by Faisal. That delivery, Seed over Santos should be hitting the target.
Asante. Hearts of Lions knocking hard on the doors of Aduana. This time was Alabani, whose effort just went wide.
It wasn't quite a cross that had enough pace on it. Alabani was trying to work a lot more, get it to the far post of the goalkeeper, but it was always moving away.
Abubakar shepherds the ball out, but Hearts of Lions want the game to be flowing at this point as they chase that equalizer, which seems to be a long way from coming. Chance for Hearts of Lions. Again, Aduana left off the hook.
That was quite a good pass. Yardan, so picking up seed of Asante. Was trying to quickly whip the ball through, but very good cover there.
Abubakar Adam very much aware of his surroundings and ensuring that he got that one away from reaching any Hearts of Lions attacker. Kwanzaa makes way for Owusu. Anthony Owusu takes the place of Boama Kwanzaa, and it's Bismarck and him to take the corner for Hearts of Lions. Enimo coming with an in-swinger from the right side with his left foot. Lions have as many as 8 players in that box. Cross comes in and nobody's arriving to connect. Alabani to Huto. Swings in across. Chance for Lions. Well defended by Abubakar Adams again. Hennessy to Ado. Alabani. Henson and Ponsa gets it out. Returned by Asante now. Aduana can finally have a breather as Seydou Sana goes down from the challenge of Huto.
Clearly badgering into his man. Sana was always going to get first to the ball. Huto a bit disappointed. But that leap from Sana was beautiful. Look at that. It's all fun for them.
Party time. Although 8 more minutes to go, these traveling fans from Ayin Crow would not mind. That journey alone is a big deal, and for them to grab maximum points will mean they've got every right to party deep in the night. Fauzi Ali's clearance. Maxo Ata. Henson and Ponsa. Pushed down by Huto. But they won't go the advantage of Aduana. It's Hearts of Lions who's got the advantage.
Clearly Henson and Ponsa making sure that he whiles away some time. Caused a lot of trouble.
Raymond Ajiman has slotted in to do the mopping up duties after the exit of Alex Boache, with Maxwell Arthur occasionally dropping to make it a 3-man central defensive unit. Was it a handball against Maxwell Arthur, who took the levers, cleared by Anochi Bedu. Fauzi Ali. Choe Faisal goes down. Yellow card to Kofi Asante. Free kick to Hearts of Lions.
And it's been decent work from Lions in the last couple of minutes, trying to get the very best.
So we'll have a good look at that handball incident. It really struck the arm of Maxwell Arthur. And referee saw it. He was right there.
He was right there, maybe based on proximity. But that was clearly a handball inside the penalty area.
Aiming to take the free kick for Hearts of Lions with 5 more minutes to go. Hearts of Lions trailing Aduana 1-0 here in Pando. And Hearts of Lions are probing for that equalizer. Here is Enim. Enim swings one in and Osei grabs firmly, loses the ball, but Hearts of Lions doesn't make it count. Corner for Lions.
That's quite interesting how Osei dropped that ball. He collided with his own player to let it loose. Lions failing to capitalize on that.
Lucky he doesn't get punished. Now Lions with another corner. This time taken to the far post. Fauzi Ali arrives and his header goes over the top for a goal kick.
That was quite a very decent leap, very good leap there. But unfortunately, was going way off target. Maxwell Arthur doing enough to prevent Ali from having very good connection to that ball.
The clock is fast ticking, and Hearts of Lions don't have enough time on their hands. Still trailing the home side in search of the equalizer. Goalkeeper Osei goes down again, and this time he's asking for urgent attention.
That was quite interesting. Osei seems to be in some pain there. Alabani there. And Osei goes down easily once again.
So the interpretation to that handball incident involving Maxwell Arthur is that the hand was not totally outstretched, but it was rather on the player's body. And in that regard, it's fair for Gideon Nikofi to overlook what was being claimed as a penalty by the home fans.
Well, clearly, he wasn't too far away from the body, and, you know, proximity wouldn't also allow you to give that as a penalty. It was too close to him. I think Gideon has had quite decent calls in the last couple of games.
Daniel Nieje, the assistant coach who was once coached by his head coach at Asante Kotoko, knows too well that they can't afford to slip at home again. Having gone 3 games without a win, they were hoping to bring back the smiles on the faces of these home fans, but the Ojab boys had other ideas.
Clearly,
ain't this beautiful? The Hearts of Lions fan decides to have a cool dance with the Aduana fan. Forget about the scoreline.
This is football.
But he will not be happy about that.
Clearly, he's not happy. Especially with what his side is going through. It's quite interesting. If anyone would have believed Heart of Lions would have gone 4 games in the Ghana Premier League without a win, nobody would have believed that. But that is the situation currently.
"88 minutes, 2 more minutes of the 90 minutes remaining. Pando Hearts of Lions trailing Aduana by a lone goal, scored by Patrick Mensah just after the break. Here comes Alabani. He's up against Boats and brings it back to Hutto. Hutto goes down from the tackle of Kofi Asante. Kofi Asante is already on a yellow card. After coming off the bench, he needs to be mindful, conceding these fouls and going on to concede a goal, I'm sure will be suicidal for him.
Those are rash challenges there from Kofi Asante. He needs to keep a cool head, as inspired by the referee a couple of times. And I think he cannot continuously be giving away free kicks in very dangerous situations. Aduana themselves wouldn't be happy to lose this lead.
Last season, Hearts of Lions beat Aduana by 2-1 at this venue, but here they are with regulation time over. They are trailing. Free kick taken. Good save by Osei. Here is Huto. Chawe. Maxwell Arthur wants space to clear it away, and he does get the space. And Aduana are pushing for a second, but the flag is up. Decision against Mizaka Free, and we're doing 7 additional minutes.
That was clearly quite unfortunate for Mizaka Free, but lucky from Ismailado. Nearly giving that ball away. Indecision. Enough minutes for Heart of Lions to get back into the game, but as to whether Aduana are going to let it easy.
Here is Sidibe. Swings in across. Nobody's there for Aduana. Henson Amponsa was late for it. Ishmael Ado gets it away. Sidibe. Yadanso. Bismarck Enim has taken the arms band after the exit of Kwanzaa, but that's put up against Sido Asante. Too hard on Anoche Bedu.
That was a high foot there. He went in with a stamp. Anoche Bedu was first to get to the ball. He read the situation well, and he came off worse from that challenge. Good call by Gideon Nikofi. It looks like they've been very decent. They've passed all the checks for how resolute they had to be in defense to repel all the dangerous attack and midfield play from Hearts of Lions.
Hearts of Lions would have to be thinking about where they'll be picking up their next point. They travel to Samraboy to take on Samatex in a crucial match day 15 fixture at the St. Chase Sports Arena. And I tell you what, it's going to be explosive in Doma as Aduana hosts Accra Hearts of Oak at the Nanaji Mambidu, the first park.
Well, interesting fixtures coming up is the reason why Aduana will be very much happy with all 3 points from the den. But for Heart of Lions, going to Summer Boy, the St. Chase Sports Arena is also another difficult ground.
Osei again with a good catch that leaves the home fans still thinking, when is the equalizer going to come and from where will it come from? Surprising, Hearts of Lions took 4 points out of the possible 6 from Aduana last season, but here they are, giving them so much to worry about. The cross comes in, Alabani has it down, and ball is cleared away again by Raymond Ajiman. Hearts of Lions appeal for a foul. Referee not interested. Ismail Ado. Bismarck Enim desperately trying to keep the ball in, and Boatin unable to hang on for Aduana. Is a throw into Hearts of Lions.
And look at that delivery. Huto there, getting by his man. Very good delivery. And it was Alabani bringing it back. Clearly not a handball. Adumako evaded that touch.
It was obvious what he was trying to do. He knew the ball was going to come off his arms, and then he just quickly had to get it away. Now here they go in search of the second. A free A. Henson Amponsa. Sidibe is in the middle. Amponsa hangs on. Amponsa goes for goal. And he nearly found the back of the net for the second time for Aduana. But good save from Udate Lamte. Corner to Aduana.
That was quite a very brilliant piece of counter-attacking play there. And Ponta knew that space was very tight after his over-elaboration. Wanted to go himself. But very swift and smart goalkeeping there from Udate Lamte. Going down quickly to parry that ball for a corner kick.
Corner. So, Aduana, the team in the lead here in Pando. The last time Hearts of Lions won a game here, they beat Young Apostles by 2-0 on match day 10. And after match day 10, Hearts of Lions have not won a game. Here is a free here. Boateng loses out to Hennessy, who gets the ball in for Hearts of Lions, returned by Anoche Baidu. Flicked on by Atta. Continued by Sana and Bismarck-Enim. That's what to keep his calmness and composure.
Very decent player, not in a rush to make decisions.
Ismail Ado for Hearts of Lions. Faisal Chowe down the right side in search of the equalizer. Here comes Sido Asante. Shows too much of the ball to Boateng. Oh, that effort from Yao Danso flies over the bar and goes out for a goal kick.
The intent was clear. Wanted to go for the top right corner. Execution was terrible. One, he wouldn't be lucky of being happy with. Definitely been a difficult evening for them.
We're into the final seconds of this top line of the Ghana Premier League at the dining Pando, where the firepower from the Oja boys seem to have kept the Lions quiet and unable to roar here in Pando. Here they go in search of the equalizer, Alabani. Up against, remember, Domako Boateng. That's what to hang on. Good play from Alabani. Here is Hoto. Now Enim. Owusu's ball in. No foul. Goal kick.
That was quite a decent delivery. It was quite questioning why. And so, Light failed to try getting onto the end of that delivery. Anthony Owusu.
That should be it. The final whistle has been blown by Gideon Nikofi to bring the game to an end here at the dining Pando. Aduana FC have defied the odds and returned to winning ways after going 2 games without a win. Having drawn last weekend at home to Basaki Holy Stars, they needed this win to reignite the ambitions of winning the Ghana Premier League. A man of the match performance by the evergreen Stephen Anoche Baidu, a nominee for GPL Player of the Month of November. An absolute display of leadership and confidence at the back, and something that these traveling fans will enjoy deep into the night and even on that trip to Domahin Crow. Aduana go top of the Ghana Premier League, at least for now, with 27 points from 14 games, and Hearts of Lions will remain third after 14 games, still on 23 points. It's over in Pando. It's Hearts of Lions 0, Aduana FC 1.
In the heart of Ghana,